Have you ever had an idea that you were so excited about that you just had to rush out and tell all of your friends, and you were all hyped up about making this concept a reality, but for some reason it got put on the back burner and never saw the light of day? That happens to me a lot, and specifically it happened with this thing that I'm bringing out into the light right now. This was my idea to make a weekly Lego journal, something where I share all the things that we're working on and the projects that we completed, because I don't like doing Lego reviews, but I want to document my Lego collecting journey, building journey, and all this stuff, and I thought, how cool would it be to take all of that and condense it down into this one video? And I came out with this idea, and then it never went anywhere. But it's January now. Happy New Year, by the way. It's a time of fresh starts, new goals, and one of my goals was to make this idea a reality, and that's what's happening right now. This is called My Week in Lego, and it's going to be where I share all the things that we did the previous week. Some of it will be short parts of actual videos we make. In some cases, like this week, it's going to be just things that we worked on that you didn't see, because last week happened to be Christmas, and I happened to take the entire week off of making Lego content. Maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. There was a time in my life that I was so focused on videos and sharing my Lego collecting journey every day that I would stop Christmas and edit a video to have a video out. I would stop vacations to have a video out for you guys. And I decided at some point where my life was so out of balance that, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this time with my family. That's the most important thing. This is something you can't get back. Videos, YouTube, it's always going to be here. At least I hope so, at least for my well-being. So I can stay in this place and live indoors. But I just took the last week off, but I still wanted to share with you all the things that we did in Lego. So what a perfect time to start this series. So let's start back all the way to Christmas, something that I actually did film. Clarkman, of course, was unwrapping his presents, and lo and behold, he got himself not one, but two Lego sets. The first one being something that was very high on his list, actually second, right behind a Minecraft pickaxe of all things. Clarkman ended up getting the Luigi starter course. He already has the Mario one, but everyone needs Luigi, right? You need Luigi in your life. He ended up building the Luigi starter course, but the problem is we had to pack everything back up for his birthday, which was yesterday, and it's now kind of in shambles, but nonetheless, here is what the set looks like in its ruins, I suppose. Luckily for Clarkman and for myself, Santa Claus was feeling rather generous this year, and he came through with a set that we both had our eyes on for quite a while, and that was the Attack on the Spider Layer. This set is really interesting. Clarkman built it up, and as I was checking it out, what it reminds me of is a combination of the Batcave mixed with the Iron Man Hall of Armor. If you took those two things and you mixed them together and then threw the Spider-Man flare onto it, that is what this set looks like, and I think it's just awesome. I love the minifigs from it. That's what really drew me in. I was like, I need those minifigs in my life. I mean, obviously this is for Clarkman, of course, because, you know, adults don't play with Lego and don't enjoy Lego. It's a kid's toy. So Clarkman built that up. He loved it. I love it. Spider-Man for life. Oh boy, I bought another Spider-Man set too. That'll be in next week's episode. Story time on this one. Clarkman was in the back of the manual, and of course they have the other sets in there, and he was like, Dad, I love this set too. And I'm like, let me see if it's still available out of curiosity. And not only was it available, it had just gone on sale that day for 20% off, so it's on its way here, courtesy of Amazon. So stay tuned for next week's episode for that. After that, there was more Lego fun to be had. We went out to my brother and sister-in-law's out near Pittsburgh, and of course, there's a Lego store out there at the Ross Park Mall, so we decided that we were going to go to the mall, but mostly I just wanted to go to the Lego store, and we did. Unfortunately, I didn't film anything there. I've heard rumors, and I don't even know if it's a rumor, but maybe a fact at this point, that you can't film in the Lego store, so it kind of took my mojo away, knowing that I was going to probably get yelled at. So I just went in, just like I was explaining earlier, and enjoyed the time in there with my son. I think everyone else went elsewhere, because we perused the store quite a bit, which, spoiler alert, at the time, this was like December 27th, I think, literally nothing in that store. There was a few really big sets. This would be a great time for me to have like footage of me going through the store. I'll do better. I promise. Episode 2, I'll do better. They had like a lot of the $200 plus sets on the shelf, but like nothing else. Like Ninjago, if you're a Ninjago detector, emptiness, just like a thing that says like out of stock or sold out or something like that. So we ended up going in for Clarkman to get a little set to build because we were going out for dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. Oh my gosh. Hold your horses, Greg. No more sponsorship of Cheesecake Factory until I start seeing some money from them, or better yet, some cheesecake. So Cheesecake Factory, call me. Do I cut that part out? No, it stays. We were at the Lego store trying to get Clarkman a little set that he could work on while we're waiting for dinner, because it was like a 2.5 hour wait, and I thought, dude, when we get in there, there's gonna be a long wait for dinner. Got to keep him occupied with something. So I ended up getting him, or he ended up getting himself, I guess. He picked it out. He got the yellow taxi cab that came out, I think, roughly a year ago. I've been wanting for a while. It went out of stock forever. It's a cute little set. He probably built it in geez, probably 10 or 15 minutes. He's like a little speed builder these days. But it's a cute little car. It's what you'd expect from a taxi cab. It rolls around, so I thought it'd be something fun for him to play with. I was thinking maybe we could transform it into a Transformer too, so that could be a mock opportunity in the future. But I think that set was only $10 and definitely worth the entertainment that he got out of it, keeping himself busy. Although I will say, some kids are nightmares at restaurants. Some kids always have to be on devices, stuff like that. Clarkman's a good kid. He could sit there and just be content, but it's always better when you have a Lego set in your hands, right? So we did that. Also, we went to the back of the store, and this is where I'd have more footage for you guys, but we ended up getting a couple pick-a-bricks. I ended up getting just a tiny one of the smaller ones, of some of the more rare pieces they have there, at least in terms of my collection, some stuff that I don't have a ton of, just because this is like, I think, the first time we've been to a Lego store, and I don't even know if we went to a Lego store in 2020 or 2021, which is just, it's a tragedy of all things. So I got a small one. Clarkman got a big cup, and he was filling out with all kinds of stuff. He had this vision in his mind that he was going to build my brother-in-law's house, which he did build a little mock of it. Accuracy-wise, I'm going to give it like a 1 out of 10, but when you're dealing with just random pieces that you picked off the wall and not being able to really pick the things you need, I think he did an okay job, and it was nice that he got to come home and play with that. So I was happy to see that. We also got one other thing there as well, something that was on my list for a while that for some reason I didn't get. I guess I hold these things because I'm waiting for like a promo to come along that I need to spend like that extra $10 or $15 on. You know, you just need to get over the hump. Never happened on this, so we ended up picking up the Ducktales Brickheadz, which Clark and I built. He built Scrooge and 2 of Huey and Dewey, and I built maybe Louie. I don't remember which one names what. I think I built the blue one. I might have just triggered the entire Ducktales detector community, and for that I apologize, but I'm doing my best here, guys. So those are all of the things that we built or bought in the last week. Most of it was Clarkman building stuff, having a great time with it, me joining in with him, building here and there, but it's been fun. And I will say this, as much as I didn't film last week, like I filmed the Christmases, I filmed Clark's birthday, things like that, I wish I would have had more footage, and I always feel that way. I've never regretted filming too much. I've regretted editing too much, but I've never regretted filming too much. I have regretted not filming things, so I wish I would have gotten footage of all this stuff for you guys. But at least we got a little bit of stuff in here, hopefully, if Editor Greg did his job right. Paying him good money to do his job. So that was my week in Lego for the week of December. We'll say December 25th through January 1st. We'll go with that as the week. And that's all the stuff that we bought and built. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this. I hope you enjoy this style. It's like, you know, it's a little journal. This is like missing pieces of just Lego, which, speaking of that, there's going to be an update on missing pieces. It's making a move. Still going to exist, but making a move. But this is going to be like the Lego-centered part of that. And I'm excited about this. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a glorious new year. Hope you accomplish all the goals you're setting out for. If there was an idea that you had in your mind, maybe you had it a year ago. Start it today. No better time than now. Just put it out there. You know, it's what I'm doing right now. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this or want to see it, but I'm excited to have it. I'm excited to have this documented. Someday I'm going to look back on this and be like, oh, wow, that was cool. Look at the studio. Look how messy it was. Look at that disaster. Yeah, it's not like that anymore, because in 2022, I finally got organized, and that became a part of the series too. It's like, oh, we could go really like in depth with this. We could go Inception level, like deep. Anyways, I got to go, guys. You spent enough time with me. Hope you have a glorious rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next My Week in Lego.